If you are getting traffic to your Etsy shop, but people aren't buying, your conversion rate is costing you sales every single day. And the frustrating part is that most sellers are making the same 5 fixable mistakes that are tanking their conversion rate. Today, I'm going to show you exactly what those mistakes are so you can turn more of your visitors into paying customers. Hi, I'm Sarah, and I help handmade sellers build profitable Etsy shops through organic search visibility without the social media hustle required. If you are working hard to get traffic but not seeing the sales you want, this video is going to give you 5 specific actionable fixes that you can implement today to improve your conversion rate. And stick around to the end because I'm going to share the biggest mistake Etsy sellers make when trying to improve their conversion rate and why it can actually make it worse. So let's jump in. The goal here is very simple. Make it as easy as possible for buyers to purchase and to understand what they just bought. That's it. Every change we are talking about here today is about removing friction from the buying process. If you want higher conversion rates, one of the fastest levers that you can pull is your processing times. And this isn't necessarily by rushing yourself, but more about restructuring how you work. Because buyers want their orders quickly and sometimes are even shopping on a deadline. So you want to do everything you can to make sure that you're able to get their orders to them as quickly as possible. So here are a few ways to decrease your processing times without burning out. The first is to pre-make as much as you can. And you might not be able to pre-make entire products, especially if you're personalizing, and that's okay. Can you pre-cut materials? Can you pre-print inserts? Maybe you can pre-package certain parts or pre-assemble 80% of the item. So all you have to do is personalize it and pack it up when an order comes in. Even shaving off just one production step can save you a lot of time. The next thing I want you to do is to identify your predictable sellers. Look at your data. What consistently sells during certain periods of time? If you know you sell 20 plus of something every single November, you don't have to wait until October 31st to start making that product. You can pre-order materials, you can produce partial inventory, and just reduce as much decision time later on in the process as you can. The third thing I want you to do is to batch smarter. If you are constantly switching between product types, you are 100% slowing yourself down. Batch similar listings together when you're producing these items to save yourself the time of switching from task to task. It's going to make your workflow smoother and it's going to make your processing time shorter. I've had students in the past successfully decrease their processing times by making certain products on certain days. So maybe you make stickers and sticker books and you want to produce one on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and the other on Tuesday, Thursday, so you are not switching from task to task. The fourth thing I want you to do is to reevaluate your safety cushion. Some sellers overestimate their processing time because they're afraid of falling behind, and I totally get it. You do not want to ship orders late. But if your actual processing time is 2 to 3 business days and you have it listed to 5 to 7, we might have a little too much padding there. Accuracy matters, and increasing this unnecessarily can decrease your conversion rate and hurt your sales. Now, I can just hear you yelling at me through the computer. I sell print on demand. I make this thing that takes a long time. Yes, I totally get it. There are some products where you are not going to be able to get your processing time down to just a couple of business days. That is totally okay. Certain products like print on demand, or if you're using something like epoxy, or if you're knitting or crocheting something large that takes you a long time, are just going to have longer processing times. That's totally okay. One of the reasons why is that other sellers are also going to have those built-in limits. So your competition can't make epoxy cure quicker. But even in these situations, I want you to ask yourself a couple of questions. Can anything be prepped earlier? Can certain bestsellers be kept in stock instead of always made to order? Even a 1 to 2 day decrease in your processing time can improve your conversion rate. So it is 100% worth asking yourself these questions no matter what product you make. The second thing that kills conversion rates is high shipping charges. Etsy pushes free shipping because buyers prefer free shipping. I want you to think about 2 different experiences. I know you have had experiences just like this in the past. You see an item you love and you click on the listing. You're super excited about it. You add it to the cart, and in one scenario, you see free shipping. And in the other, you're surprised with a $15 shipping charge. Go ahead and tell me which one you're more likely to purchase. Now, I'm not saying that you 100% need free shipping on every single item in your shop, because that's not true. But if we are talking specifically about conversion rates, free shipping helps that. At a minimum, I do recommend having the free shipping guarantee set up. which does help your search placement on Etsy. The free shipping guarantee means that orders over $35 in your shop are going to ship for free to US buyers, and you can and should build the cost of that into your pricing. The bottom line is that if your shipping prices are high, it's going to hurt your conversion rate. So make sure that your shipping charges are competitive, or better yet, offer free shipping and build the cost of that into your product pricing so that buyers do not have any surprises at checkout. The third conversion killer is your photos. If buyers are interested in your product, they click on the listing and they don't see photos that really show them everything they need to know before purchasing, they're more likely to bounce. Some great examples are you selling a necklace but don't show the clasp. Maybe you sell greeting cards but you don't show the inside of the card. These things are going to lower your conversion rate. Your photos have to show the whole item in its entirety and they have to be very clear. Think about every question that a buyer might ask you before purchasing and make sure you answer those questions as best as you can in a photo. If you're not sure you're covering these things thoroughly, make sure to do some competitor research and check to see what your biggest competitors are doing when it comes to their photos. You don't want to copy them, but what you want to ask yourself is how can you differentiate yourself in a way where you're still being really clear about the product you're selling and what is all included. The fourth thing tanking your listings is too many variations or confusing personalization options. The rule is that buyers should never have to message you prior to checking out for any reason. If buyers have to message you to request a certain size or color or to ask any clarifying questions, you are more likely to lose that sale because they're going to move on to your competitors. They want to click add to cart and check out. They do not want to message you and then wait for a response. So here's what you need to do. You need to have a very clear color chart if you have color options in your listings. Buyers should not be confused about what they're selecting from the drop-down menu. And this holds true for anything that you're putting in that drop-down menu, whether it's color, whether it's sizing, whether it is a bundle of some kind. Buyers need to be just unequivocally clear on what they're selecting. If you're finding buyers choosing the wrong option at checkout, you need to keep making it better until it's foolproof. Make the options so clear that there is absolutely zero room for confusion. And then you need to use the personalization box in a way that makes it very easy for buyers to communicate what they need from you. And then the last point that I want to make in this category is for all of you that are requesting that Etsy have more than 2 variation options at checkout. I know you want to give your buyers every option possible, but having too many variations can actually hurt your conversion rate because buyers just get decision fatigue and leave before they add to cart. Sometimes less is more, so test your variations and look to see if your conversion rate improves. The fifth conversion killer is descriptions that are hard to read. We all know that a lot of buyers don't read the descriptions on Etsy, but that does not mean you should make it harder for the ones that do. Your listing should be very clearly laid out. Use bullet points so it makes the listing description super easy to skim, and include absolutely all the relevant information, but nothing that's not necessary. Do not bury important information in long paragraphs about why you decided to create this product and what it means to you. Break it up with some headers, bullet points, and white space. The easier you make it for buyers to get the information they need prior to purchasing, the more likely they are to convert. Now, I want to give you a bonus tip because this is the biggest mistake that I see sellers making when they're trying to improve their conversion rate, and that is that they're changing everything all at once. If you update your photos and adjust your processing time and change your shipping options and change your variations all at the same time, you have no idea which change actually affected your conversion rate, either for better or for worse. So here's what I want you to do after watching this whole video. I want you to pick one thing, make the change, and then wait 2 or 3 weeks before you assess the results. Did your conversion rate improve? Great. Keep that change and move on to the next improvement. This methodical approach makes sure that you know exactly what is working in your shop and what you need to revisit. If you are ready to make your shop feel more predictable and not just optimized in pieces, one-on-one coaching might be your next step. We will start our 3 months together by looking at your listings, your stats, your structure, your workflow, your shop as a whole together. And then we'll map out exactly what I would focus on if it were my shop. If that level of focused support sounds like what you need to finally hit your sales goal, the link to apply for one-on-one coaching spot is in the description. Thank you so much for watching or for listening in your favorite podcast player. If this video helped you figure out what's hurting your conversion rate, go ahead and tell me in the comments if you're watching on YouTube, or DM me your answer on Instagram. I would absolutely love to hear from you so I can make more content that's going to help you get more sales. And make sure to subscribe so you don't miss future videos for growing your Etsy shop the smart way.